And happy
Wednesday.
Tuesday?
Wednesday.
Wednesday? Oh my God. Okay. So I lost all day yesterday because my father, I had to go to the hospital. As some of you who are watching my Instagram stories, he's okay, still in the hospital, but at least I know he's being cared for. So that's a good thing, right?
That's a very good thing.
Yeah. So, but I love this topic today. There is so much controversy about this lately that I'm seeing, right? So you think you need a blog, but do you really? A lot of coaches are teaching blogging's a waste of time. Some coaches are teaching blog less often. Some coaches are still teaching blogging is the way to get more business out of Google. So, Teresa, tell me what you think.
Well, I'm going to start off with it depends, which is very vague, and I realize that. But I do want to try to dive into this topic because there is a lot of confusion out there. And I have clients contacting me saying, oh my God, I have to start a blog. And there's so much confusion around the topic. And the reality is that yes, blogging matters. Yes, it supports your website and your SEO. Yes, it can help connect with detailed clients when it's done really well. And that is the piece that I think is missing, is so often is the reason why some people are saying blogging is dead is because so many blogs are white papers that they copied and you find 20 different times, or they're not good, or it's not good content. It's not engaging content. And that's why blogging's not supporting some businesses, because the content's not engaging. It's not connecting with their dream customers. And so, in my suggestion, what I tell people is that let's talk about why you think you need a blog and what is the purpose behind it. Because if the purpose behind it isn't really that supportive, it's a should, it's probably going to be a wasted effort on your part where you could be dedicating time to other marketing efforts at that moment until you're ready to really rock that blog. So today I have 5 reasons why you should not start a blog and 5
Oh.
reasons why you should.
All right, I'm getting my pen and paper ready because I want to hear this. Okay, 5 reasons why you should not have a blog.
So, reason number 1, if you hate writing, unless you are willing to invest in a copywriter, which I know an amazing copywriter, a couple amazing copywriters I could easily refer you to. But if you're not willing to invest in a good copywriter and you hate writing, don't do a blog. It's going to be painful. It's going to be miserable. You're going to spend a day or more trying to get 300 words on paper. It's not going to be entertaining. It's not going to be engaging. It's not going to connect with your customers. And it's not going to support your SEO because it's not good content.
Okay, but in the beginning, when you're a one-woman man show, and blogging could put you out into the world and have Google know that your website's being updated on a regular basis. If you can't afford to hire a blogger and you hate writing, there are still some simple tricks like doing a case study where it's picture heavy and maybe just a couple of sentences for interior designers I'm talking about.
Well, but here's the thing, just a couple sentences is considered thin content. And thin content on your website can be a ding in your SEO. Now, so adding that new content isn't the same as it was 5 years ago. What
Okay.
you could do instead, if you hate writing and you really want to get out there, dedicate time to Instagram as an interior designer. That's a great place to show up. Dedicate time to your social media, other avenues. Dedicate time to networking. Dedicate time to doing videos and while you're doing something or talking. Like there's other marketing things that you can do, and having that good website. Granted, you're not updating the website all the time, but you're still focused on marketing that's driving people to get interested in you to your website, which is supporting your website efforts.
Right. And I will agree with that. And you know what? If someone hates writing that much, you don't have to do a blog every single month, which is what I do recommend. Once you're at the level where you either enjoy writing or you hired a blogger, it'd be nice to have a blog every month on a topic that your clientele would be possibly searching for in Google, not just for the sake of writing an article and throwing it up there, which is basically what you're saying a lot of people are doing, because they're like, I have to. So they do crap work.
Exactly. And the thing too is, until you have a well-established blog, I do encourage consistency. What I tell my clients if they really want to start a blog is get 10 posts together, 2 to 3 to start the blog, and then schedule them out. And you can schedule them out once a month or every other week or once a week, whatever you want to do. But you do want to have a level of consistency if you're really using blog as your network or as your marketing piece, because a blog is a commitment to show up on a regular basis and share valuable content. If you just blog willy-nilly, you're not meeting that commitment. And so in that case, if you want to do articles once in a while, don't call it a blog. Call it articles, call it tips, call it something else.
Which is the same, really. It's really all the same. It's the same.
But it's a mindset piece.
When
I say I have a blog, people are expecting good, valuable content. Like you have a huge blog because you were doing it for so long. And it's easy for you to do once a month because you have so much valuable content to share. Same with me. But if you have 2 blog posts and you just pop one up every once in a while, again, it's not really supporting. Get a plan in place and get multiple blogs in the pile to schedule out before you launch the blog.
Okay, good. Okay. All right. Number 2 of why not to blog.
So if you feel you have nothing to say, which I'm going to argue, you absolutely have a lot to say. But a lot of times people are saying, well, I just don't know what to say. I don't know what I would blog about. And so they write about something that's not in their industry or not related to the work that they do. They write about going to a farmer's market when they're an interior designer, and they just talk about the farmer's market, not about how they got inspired for this new design or got flowers for this client or whatever. That is just rambling mumbo jumbo. Like, put that in an email to your mom, but don't put that in a blog.
I actually love that as a post in Facebook. Like, went to this farmer's market, got inspired by the color scheme or something.
People love behind the scenes look at what you're doing. So that's a great Facebook post. That's a great video even, or something like that. But don't put that in a blog because
no one's going to be searching a designer who went to a farmer's market. Like, right?
They don't care.
Right.
Yeah,
okay.
They don't care.
Agreed.
Okay. Number 3, if you're doing it just because you should. The shoulds are such a slippery slope because you are not going to keep up the consistency. When you do something because you should, not because you have a purpose behind it or reason, you're not going to keep it up, and you're going to start something and then it's going to fall to the wayside. And so how many times have we all gone to a website where they have their 3 starter blog posts that are dated 2015 and nothing has been added to the blog since then? That hurts that like, know, and trust factor. That makes people think, are they still in business? Are they still active?
Yeah. That's what I find with a lot of my profit insiders when they first come into the program. I'll look at their websites and their social media, whatever, their business Facebook page, and I'll be like, they don't even look like they're in business anymore because the 1 or 2 or 3 blogs they had out there from 2020 or 2019 because they fell off. You know what? You can't do that.
Take it down then. Just take it down. You can leave them up there if you want, behind the scenes, but take that link off of the main navigation if that's what you're doing.
Can you take the date off? Can the date come off?
You can take the date off, and I highly recommend that. But what I find with a lot of new blogs is they will reference the 2019 Christmas season, and they'll be very date specific in the content itself. So I would still just take it out of the main navigation.
Okay.
Not unpublish it, but just take it out so it's not a big focal point.
Okay.
All right. So reason number 4, if you have no plan to share this blog post or repurpose the content in it, then what is the purpose? This blog post, that's one thing. We have people who will write a blog, but they don't send it out to their email list. They don't put it on social media. They don't do anything to drive traffic to the blog. They just hope people will stumble upon it in the magical world of Google. And that's not the case. You've got to share it. And you've got to repurpose the content. Next month, we're actually going to talk about that specifically. And I have even more goodies coming that way. I'm showing people how to zap every drop out of a blog post to create your meeting.
Listen, I learned 6 years ago. I think it was Shailene Johnson. She is a coach, and she did some when they used to have the flipping paper boards, and she's like, okay, one blog post turns into, I forget what it was, 10 Facebook posts, and then it turns into 20 Instagram posts, and then it could turn into how many Twitters and this, that. And I'm like, oh, genius. And I started doing that. But my starting point was video as opposed to blog. So video to blog to then like Facebook, Instagram, and Google My Business. And so I can't wait for that next month.
Yeah. Oh, I have so much good stuff to share with you guys.
Love that. Okay. So if you have no plan to share, then don't bother blogging.
Don't bother blogging, because it's like we talked about last month. Build it and they will come is an illusion that is just not real. It's not going to happen. Okay. And then the last one, and we've kind of already touched on this, if you're not able or willing to be consistent, again, call it something else. But if you're not going to if you want it to be a blog, show up and be consistent. You get to choose what that consistency is. It can be once a month. And once a month is often a great place for people to start, because that's what you have the capabilities to really do, especially if writing is not something you love. When I started, I did it weekly and then twice a week for a while, but I've always loved writing. And it had a fuel behind it because it became my script for my videos.
Right.
So, there. But if it's not something that you really love to do, but you're willing to dive in and do it, then you've got to be consistent. If you can't be consistent, then put it off for 3 months and revisit that when you're looking at your next quarter goals. Okay, is now a time that I can be consistent? Can I actually devote the time? But make sure consistency is a key to that before you launch your blog.
Yeah, and I'll go one step further. We used to do, I think, twice a month. Well, we did once a week, twice a month. Now and then we went to once a month. And there was a point where we even went to, once every other month, because now I have so much content out there, or once a quarter. But I like the once a month for most businesses when they're trying to ramp up their marketing and become more visible. So
absolutely.
I agree with you, though. If you're not able to be consistent, take a pause on it. Gather the money to hire a copywriter who can write your blogs, write them in bulk, so it costs you less, and then you can release them and modify them yourself when the time is right. So I love that.
Yes.
All right.
Or I would even say, or postpone it and schedule time to do a course that really helps you dive into blogging, which I just so happen to have launched a brand new free Blogging 101 course. And the link to that is in the blog post that we're sharing with this video that you guys can sign up for. All of my courses are free. You get access to the whole library, and it's going to take you step by step on how to create that consistency, where to find content, what to write about, what to talk about, all of those kind of things. It really is going to help you establish that blog. So if you want to really do it, dedicate some time. And you're a one-woman show with no money, invest the time into figuring out a way to do it that works for you.
Yeah, before you dive into something else. And Teresa has been so kind as to give us her free courses within our membership site as well. So you'll be able to, if you're already in my membership site with all my lessons, you'll also be able to just click a button. We're putting it up over the next month, but you already have stuff in there that are free for people also. So, all right. So give us the 5 reasons why you should have a blog.
Okay, so here's why I love blogging, and this is where it really pays off. When you are wanting to make a connection with your dream customers, blogging is such a great way to do that, because it allows you to share a little bit more intimate view of yourself, how you work, your process, your projects, the things that you do, what makes you unique from everyone else. I mean, when you do a blog well, it really does engage your dream customers. It doesn't engage everybody, but that everybody is who you're meant to serve. It engages those who are looking for exactly what you have to offer.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think when you're looking for that, well, you may cover this. So I'm going to hold off. Give me your other 4 before I go off on tangents here.
When you are wanting to establish yourself as an expert in your field, really talking about what makes you stand out in the crowd, that expert that they need, no matter what it is, whether you're a health coach or an interior designer or whatever, like what makes you unique and stand out and an expert in something specific. That is a great place to blog, because that's where people are going to connect and say that she has exactly what I need.
And that's the hardest one for most people because they go, well, there are other people who are expert in this. Yes, but so are you. So you are allowed to write a blog about it, even if
Yes.
500 other people did. It
Well,
doesn't matter.
and their expertise, they approach it from a very different way. And so
Absolutely.
they're fit for somebody else. Your expertise, the way you approach things, the process that you do, the everything you do, like that establishes you as that expert. And there's gonna be lots of experts, but you might just be the one they're looking for. And they don't know that if you don't get out and share your expertise.
And your style comes across in your blogging, in your expertise. So it's not just your expertise coming across, it's the tone of your blog, it's the approach you take to your blog. It's all about them feeling your personality also,
Exactly.
which is going to come across in a well-written blog. Even if you hire a blogger, they get to know your voice and they try to do it as you. So,
Absolutely. Yeah,
okay.
a good copywriter is gonna get to know your voice, and people are not even gonna know it's not you.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Yes, because I don't write my own blogs, people. I don't. They know my content. They comb my content. We give them the topic. We give them bullet points. They write it. Then I'll go in and tweak it. My staff will go in and tweak it till it feels a little bit more like my voice. But it is my voice because I've allowed my copywriter and blogger to access my assets in the past so they can get my voice. So if you don't have assets from the past and you don't have a voice yet, you have conversations with your blogger or you make videos for your copywriter blogger if you're using another person, and they'll get to know you, and that's what they do best. Okay.
Absolutely.
All
Yep.
right.
So another reason here is when you are really fully in tune with what your dream customers are searching for, this is a great time to blog because what they're searching for, that is your keywords. That is the topics. That is what you write about. That is what fuels your SEO. So when you can do that naturally and you just can write and organically put what they're searching for into an article, into a blog post, now you've hit SEO gold. Now you're supporting your website.
So I'll give a little tip on that is if you have a Facebook group, that's where we get a lot of our content from the Interior Design Business Forum, the questions that are being asked. I know what people are struggling with. If you don't have your own Facebook group, then listen to the questions your clients ask when you're talking to them, when they first call you, when you're in their homes. Pick those topics and realize those are things you can write about that make you the expert in your field. So I love that. And
Yes.
being in tune with what they really need. All right. What's
Yeah.
number 4?
Number 4 is you're ready to be consistent. You have got a plan in place that is going to support consistency. Like I said, with my clients, I say, get me 10 posts and then let's strategically decide how we're going to lay them out. That gives us time then to add to the blog later on and take a little bit of a break without breaking that consistency in what is being released. But you've got to have a plan in place. And my free course teaches you how to be consistent and how to put that piece in place. So
Okay. How to be consistent is everyone's biggest struggle.
it
I,
is. Yep. And
everyone.
then the last thing is you've got a plan to repurpose. You know what you're going to do with this blog, who you're going to share it with, how you're going to share it, how you're going to drive traffic to it. All of those things are super important. And you've got to have that plan in place because, again, if you just put it out there and don't share it, nobody's going to find it.
Yes, no one will find it. It's true.
Right.
It's not magic putting a blog out there and suddenly there's so much traffic to your website. It's putting it everywhere, which next month you'll talk about. I talk about that in all my group coaching programs on how to repurpose your content. So stay tuned for next time. These were unbelievably great tips, Teresa.
Yeah. And I encourage you guys to definitely check out the blog post because if you still are focused, like you still feel like, yes, Teresa, I hate writing, but I need a blog. I need to have a blog. Check out the blog, check out the free course because I'm giving you so many key things that you need to have in place. And when you're young and starting off in your business, you have more time than money. So invest your time. Make every minute count into building this because it really can be a powerful tool to build your business and support your business. It helped build my business, no doubt.
Yeah, my business also, no doubt. People still say I've gone down the rabbit hole of your blogs, and then they go down the rabbit hole of my YouTube videos, and then they go down the rabbit hole of everything that's in the business building boutique, right? Content helps people stay interested in you, know that you're there. And as an interior designer, what is your goal? To be there the day they wake up and go, I hate my kitchen, or I hate my living room, or I really want a redo of my house. I need a refresh. Who are they going to look to? The person who comes up in their face the minute they turn on their computer, which is why if you're starting with a blog and then reusing the content, it could really help your visibility.
Absolutely.
So, okay. All right. Thank you so much, Teresa.
Oh, yes.
Everybody click on the link, read Teresa's blog, do the free course if you're struggling with blogging. And also, if you're in my membership site, it's in there. It will be in there over the next month, and plus the other assets that Teresa has so generously given to our membership site. You can't do everything all at once, so make a plan. It's the last quarter. Even if you say October, November, December, I'm going to take Teresa's course. I'm going to learn. I'm going to do in Nancy's membership site all the blogging suggested lessons, and I'm going to set something up starting in January. That's okay. You don't have to do it today.
Right. Now is the perfect time to set yourself up for January for 2023, to have a plan where you can really just come out of the gate in an incredible way and have all of those pieces in place
Yes.
before the
Yes.
new year hits. Absolutely.
Before the new year hits, if possible. So, or your plan for 2023 includes getting this up and running. So, all right, everyone, go have a great Wednesday. And, I will hopefully see you tomorrow for Thursday Thoughts. There's a possibility I won't be here because my dad is in the hospital. I have to be running back and forth, but I will try. Go have a great day. And thank you, Teresa. I'll see you next month.
All right. We'll see you next month.
Bye, everyone.